Have you ever really, truly stopped to think about what a thought is? You know, how your brain tells your fingers to move right now as you're watching this. It's not magic, it's electricity. It's a biological spark that is literally writing the entire story of you second by second.
Yeah, your entire nervous system, everything from your brain to your heart, your muscles, it all runs on one single fundamental signal. It's like the universal language of our cells, this constant stream of tiny electrical pulses. We call them action potentials.
So for decades, we've been working to just understand this code, to translate it. But now we're on the brink of something completely different, something truly revolutionary. We're moving from just reading the code to actively rewriting it for our own health. The question is, how on earth did we get here?
Well, to understand where we're going, we have to go back. Our story kicks off more than 70 years ago with a truly brilliant model that gave us the very first blueprint for this spark of life. Back in the 1950s, two scientists, Alan Hodgkin and Andrew Huxley, did something just incredible. They basically turned neuroscience from a field of just kind of looking at things into a predictive science. They figured out that by modeling the flow of sodium and potassium ions across a neuron's membrane, they could mathematically predict the exact shape, the speed, and the trigger point of a nerve impulse. It was a game changer. And at the heart of their model is this really elegant three-step dance. First, the voltage spikes up as a flood of sodium ions rush in. Then, just as quickly, it plummets as potassium ions rush out. And finally, there's this quick little reset period. That simple spike, that up and down, is the fundamental bit of information in our entire nervous system. It's the 0 or 1 of our biological code.
But what's truly amazing, what gives me goosebumps, is that Hodgkin and Huxley knew their masterpiece wasn't the final word. They actually called it a first approximation. They had the humility and the foresight to know that future science would uncover the real molecular machinery that was making their math work. And you know what? They were absolutely right. Fast forward to today, and we have these incredibly powerful new technologies that are showing us a picture of the action potential that's so much more intricate, so much more dynamic, and frankly, just more beautiful than that original blueprint could have ever dreamed of. So remember those abstract gating particles from their model? Just these hypothetical ideas? Well, this slide shows the incredible leap we've made. We've gone from a mathematical guess to literally seeing the atomic structures of these ion channels twisting and turning in real time. And this isn't just cool, it's clinically vital. It lets us see exactly how a single tiny genetic mutation can jam the gears of this biological machine. And here's another discovery that just shattered old assumptions. We used to think the brain's wiring was pretty much set in stone early in life. Turns out, that's completely wrong. Our nervous system is constantly, dynamically fine-tuning itself based on our experiences. Get this data is amazing. To pinpoint where a sound is coming from, your brain needs microsecond precision. So what happens? In these gerbils, as they learn to hear, their auditory neurons literally get thicker to make the signal travel faster. You can see the ratio there. It changes by almost half. The brain is physically rebuilding its own wires to optimize its performance. That's incredible. So all this amazing precision is fantastic, but it's a double-edged sword. Because when these perfectly timed electrical signals go wrong, even a little bit, the consequences can be absolutely devastating. This brings us into the world of what are called channelopathies. It sounds complicated, but it's really just a name for diseases caused by tiny glitches, typos really, in the genes that build our ion channels. A single mistake in this genetic code can throw off the fundamental electrical signaling our entire body depends on. And these glitches have massive, real-world consequences. A sodium channel that doesn't close right can cause the uncontrolled neural firing we see in epilepsy. A faulty potassium channel in the heart can lead to deadly arrhythmias. And then you've got this one channel, NaV1.7, that acts like the body's master volume knob for pain. A mutation there can mean a life of constant, agonizing pain, or, on the flip side, the complete inability to feel pain at all. Okay, so that all sounds pretty grim, but this is where the story gets truly hopeful, because this incredibly deep understanding is finally allowing us to move beyond just diagnosing these problems and start actually engineering the solutions. See, the old way to treat these diseases was kind of like using a sledgehammer. We had drugs that just bluntly suppressed all neural activity, and yeah, they came with a ton of side effects. The new goal is to act more like a tuning fork, to gently and precisely nudge these misfiring cells back into their healthy rhythm.
And this new approach has a name: precision excitability therapy. The whole idea isn't to shut the system down, it's to repair the flow of information itself by restoring the healthy, natural firing rules of the neuron. And the toolkit we have to do this now, it's like something out of science fiction. We can use AI to predict exactly how a mutation will break a channel and then screen millions of potential drugs. We can use a technique called dynamic clamp to literally test virtual fixes on real living human cells. We can grow a patient's own neurons in a dish to create a personalized electrical fingerprint for them. And of course, there's CRISPR, the ultimate tool, the power to go in and fix the typo in the genetic code itself.
So let's just step back a second. We've taken this incredible journey from a simple circuit diagram sketched out in the 1950s all the way to seeing our own biology as a complex, dynamic, and ultimately a programmable code.
And here's the crucial insight, the big mind shift. We're moving away from seeing that action potential as just a simple on-off switch. We're starting to see it for what it really is: the rich, adaptive, native language of the brain. It's a form of computation. And once you understand the grammar of a language, you can start to speak it.
And this just opens up a breathtaking horizon. I mean, imagine closed-loop brain implants that don't just zap the brain, but actually listen for faulty signals and then whisper corrective patterns back before a seizure even has a chance to start. Or think about bioelectronic devices that can speak the brain's language to restore vision or hearing. This changes everything. This is such a profound shift in medicine. We're moving from just treating symptoms to actually repairing the flow of information itself. The spark of life is no longer just something we observe. It's something we are learning to program. And that leaves us with one electrifying question.